Mr. Bai is unlucky when it comes to love, divorced, and trying to find his footing in the dating pool to no avail. His most recent encounter is a one-night stand that he only realizes after she sneaks out of his apartment before he can serve her breakfast. After battling with what to text her, he decides to sulk in his chair while Alex enjoys the abandoned breakfast. Mr. Bai is a painting teacher who works from home, his apartment converted into a studio to receive students. Lao Wu, a neighbor, comes sticking his nose in other people's business. He saw the lady sneak out, but he confused her for Alex's visitor. While Mr. Bai's students paint, Lao Wu presses for Mr. Bai to do something bigger with his life and his art. Mr. Bai is quite talented where Lao Wu is concerned, but Mr. Bai has resolved himself to a mediocre life that he claims he's pleased with. Mr. Bai is distracted during his class, constantly drawn to his phone, to check on his lady friend who ditched him. She eventually texts him back, and he sighs in relief. Next thing, Mr. Bai is getting new clothes and buying ingredients to cook dinner, wine included. He makes a stop at his son's workplace to drop off clothes and chastises the boy for having a skincare routine as a guy. While there, he spots a flyer for a film he saw with his lady friend, Miss Lee. He learns that the film was an adaptation of a book. Miss Lee cried during the film, which makes no sense to Yang Yang. The book was far better. With Xiaoyun's help, Bai can locate Miss Lee's residence. He gives her the book version of the film they saw. He'd even gone as far as to forge the author's autograph on her behalf. Bai can't deny that he's entranced by Miss Lee. He's done his research and knows she's divorced and her kids are abroad. Miss Lee also lives with her nagging mother, who mistakes Bai for an electrician. Miss Lee doesn't bother to clarify that he's not and invites him inside. While he's fixing the light bulb, Mother Lee starts to nag Miss Lee. She got married to a foreigner who now has custody of their properties. In Mother Lee's books, her daughter is an inconvenience. Bai feels uncomfortable being in the middle of such a sensitive topic, but Miss Lee insists that he join her in another room. Contrary to what he thought, Miss Lee's daughter isn't abroad. She's a little girl whose school is just around the corner. The proximity to her mother's house is why Miss Lee stays with her mom. Bai mentions that he has a nagging mother too. He's also looking to do more than just teach art to people. All of a sudden, he wants to hold an exhibition. Lao Wu has been advising him to hold one for years now. Maya, Miss Lee's daughter, is half British. Her parents are estranged. She's a witty little girl who knows Bai is trying to win her mother over, not buying into the whole just friends nonsense. Bai decides he has to go, but there are reasons for him and Miss Lee to stay in touch. She's interested in his upcoming exhibition, and he offers to fix her heels. One of them snapped when she was sneaking out of his apartment earlier. Bai isn't impressed with the venue Lao Wu got for his exhibition in progress. The store is too small and was once a bubble bath shop. Bai takes Miss Lee's shoes to a cobbler who knows Bai well enough. Bai has been divorced for years now. He's also unaware that Miss Lee's shoes are designer, worth thousands of dollars. The couple advises him to dump her. Xiaoyun, Miss Lee's colleague, asked Bai to be a last-minute double for a movie in progress. Miss Lee wasn't in the loop, and she chastises Xiaoyun for bothering Bai. Bai insists he's not bothered at all, and he's willing to help. Miss Lee can't help stealing long glances at him while he's on set painting for the camera. After the shot, Miss Lee and Bai have lunch. She always assumed he made a living as a landlord, but Bai clarifies that he used to be an elementary art teacher. He also used to work as a stage designer for a TV network. Miss Lee never studied abroad, though she tried hard to. Not being brilliant enough, she settled in Shanghai and went into advertising. Bai is excited when Miss Lee gives him an address to drop off her fixed shoe. Soon enough, Bai is babysitting Maya. He takes her to a cafe to have lunch and do her homework, using the opportunity to ask her about her father. Maya makes it clear that she doesn't like her dad much, nor does she want to go to Britain. Bai gives Maya space to do her homework. Meanwhile, he receives and entertains his friend, Lao Wu. Lao Wu mentions that he's found a new venue where the exhibition can be held. He's chased away by a nagging police officer before he can divulge more details. Miss Lee comes for her daughter and thanks Bai for his time and effort. He forgot to bring her heels, so she offers to come to his place later that evening to get them. Bai gets home and starts cooking and cleaning. Dinner is set, and Bai is well dressed when the doorbell rings. But instead of Miss Lee, he finds a distressed Gloria from his art class by the threshold. Gloria invites herself in and sobs at the dinner table. She starts talking incessantly, and Bai finds it hard to tell her he's expecting someone. Miss Lee arrives, and Gloria is all over the place, acting like a roommate instead of a guest. His plan for a quiet dinner for two is ruined when Gloria refuses to take the hint and leave. Alex, his tenant, returns with a lady friend but heads straight to his apartment. Then Bebe, Bai's ex, shows up to complain about his mother sending her things she doesn't need. Just when Bai thinks it can't get worse, Lao Wu arrives with food and wine, assuming there's a party. Bebe decides to leave, but Lao Wu insists she stay. Now the table is overcrowded, and Bai wishes he could sink into the ground. Even Bebe has heard about Bai's upcoming exhibition, though she doesn't expect much from it. She's quick to put him down in front of the others, but Lao Wu and Gloria defend him. Eventually, Bebe concedes that Bai is at least an excellent cook. Miss Lee comments that she was expecting a private dinner, not a banquet. The conversation shifts to other topics, and the tension eases, sort of. Despite the rocky start, everyone at the table seems to be enjoying themselves. Bai wakes up the following morning with a sore shoulder. Gloria and Alex are downstairs having breakfast. After chasing Alex to his room, Bai asks what happened the previous night. Gloria explains that Lao Wu ordered cabs for the other women, and insinuates that something sexual happened between her and Bai. He can't remember any of it. Lao Wu and Alex try to help Bai make sense of the situation. Gloria sent him money to purchase some of his paintings, but Bai believes Gloria paid him for sex. Lao Wu and Alex don't see the big deal. He had a fun night and got paid for it too. Bai notices Miss Lee's heels are missing and goes looking for his ex-wife. His mother gave them to her, but she threw them away. In her defense, the shoes became hers to do as she pleased, and if Bai is uncomfortable, then he has to tell his mother to let her go and stop sending stuff over. Bai and Bebe were married for 10 years until she had an affair and broke his heart. She thinks Bai should have forgiven her. His mother isn't aware of the reason behind their divorce. They agree they shared good times, memories they'll always cherish. Bebe decides to call Bai's mom and ask her to stop sending her stuff. Bai goes back to the cobbler and is advised to possibly buy Miss Lee new designer shoes. If he can't get the original, he can get a knockoff. Bai wonders if it's worth it. Bai calls Gloria to let her know he's mounted the paintings and is ready to deliver them. He finds her at a lounge, performing as a singer. After her show, he offers to fly to Turkey to bring her husband back. Gloria claims her husband has been kidnapped. It's a bold offer, and she asks Bai what's driving him. He admits he feels guilty for sleeping with her while drunk and just wants to be a better friend. Gloria calls him a nice guy but warns him not to fall in love with her. She's too dangerous. Bai babysits Maya again. The witty girl has a lot to say as usual. Her mom is chatting with other men, but Bai is the only one that's come visiting for now. Yang Yang works in a different food stand now. She also broke up with Bai Gay because he's a pushover. Bebe doesn't like Yang Yang, and Bai Gay doesn't bother to stand up for their relationship. Regardless, she still loves and misses him. Maya is asleep, so Bai invites her mom to the balcony to chat and smoke. He tells her that Alex is leaving. He wants Miss Lee to consider moving into the soon-to-be vacant apartment so they don't have to live with Mother Lee. With his place close to Maya's school, he's hoping Miss Lee can give his offer a proper thought. The new place Lao Wu is suggesting for Bai's exhibition is a restaurant that belongs to one of his foreign girlfriends. Bai finds Bai Gay at one of the tables calling off an arranged date. He hates his mom interfering in his love life and claims he has no interest in girls. Bai leaves his conversation with Lao Wu to go pick Maya up at the bus stop. Miss Lee comes to get Maya, but there's something different about her today. She's cold and in haste to leave, speaking in parables that suggest Bai has to stop applying pressure. He tries to talk about it, but Miss Lee just wants to leave, adamant that things won't work out between them. Bai's mom sees Miss Lee and Maya leave her son's place. It leads to an argument between mother and son. Bai wants his mom to stop taking his stuff to give out without his permission, and his mom thinks he's delusional befriending a woman with a child. She believes Bai and Bebe still have a chance, but Bai refutes it. Upset, he gives her the new heels he was going to give Miss Lee. Miss Lee told him the heels were cheap, contrary to what the couple had said. So, Bai goes back to the cobbler to confront him. Mr. Cobbler insists the shoes are authentic, and Miss Lee lied because she doesn't want to owe Bai anything. His grand gestures are pressuring and terrifying her. Bai's sour mood sparks a fight with Lao Wu. He says harsh, hurtful things, and Lao Wu, fed up, swears to leave him alone, both regarding the exhibition and their friendship. In the days that follow, Bai and Lao Wu are still not on speaking terms. Gloria calls Bai to come quickly. He arrives at a gallery where she and Miss Lu are waiting. Turns out they're friends now. They even saw a play together. Miss Lu can help secure the gallery for his exhibition, with Bai paying through commissions from his paintings. It's a brilliant idea, and both women hope he takes it. Bai asks Lao Wu to help him select paintings for the exhibition. He's finally gotten the perfect space thanks to Gloria and Miss Lee. Bei brings bad news. Bai's mother wants the house transferred to Bei Ge before Bai can possibly get remarried, and his new wife has any legal claims on the property. Gloria, Miss Li, Bai Ge, and Lao Wu are also present in the apartment. Bei promises to talk Bai's mother out of her decision. Lao Wu has always claimed to have a history with Hollywood star Sophia Loren. Everyone is stunned when Bai Ge informs them that the actress has just passed away. Over the dinner table, Lao Wu recounts how he met the lonely older woman while in Rome. He lost his virginity to her, not knowing who she was. Lao Wu passes away that same day, as if off to reunite with Sophia Loren in the afterlife, only she hadn't kicked the bucket after all. Bai invites Miss Li to attend Lao Wu's memorial service. Just a small gathering he's hosting in his house. Other close friends and relatives are present, and they all see a boring movie about Roman history, a tribute to Lao Wu. Bai is getting everyone snacks when Miss Li texts him. She wants them to have a coffee date the following day. Bai returns with the snacks to the people he loves, the room filled with chatter and laughter.